Good morning, Dream Team members. I hope that you guys are doing well. Real excited to be back doing our Dream Team training. So we are going to have a 5-minute meeting as we had in the past. I'll try to make it as interactive as possible, but I know that won't be exactly everything we'll be able to do like we used to, but I want to get back into the routine of what we used to do. Matter of fact, what we're going to be talking about today is routine. We're going to be talking about how important it is to find a schedule, to keep a schedule, and to make sure that you're maintaining that throughout the day. I know there's distractions. I know there's things that happen while we're working from home. However, it does sound like after checking in with everybody that there's really not that many distractions, which is very exciting for me to hear. Something that I do know that we need to work on, and myself included. We haven't had a Dream Team training for 2 weeks now, and that's unacceptable. And so I take responsibility for that. I want to take ownership of that, and I want to figure out kind of the schedule of what we can do. So for sure, we will have our Dream Team training, like I said, every day. We'll continue to have fun Friday activities. We'll still have motivational Mondays, and then we'll have training kind of the other 3 days of the week. So we're going to be talking about a routine. So for me, it's important to create a habit. Habit takes anywhere from 21 to 40 days to actually form. This can be good habits. This can also be bad habits. So we just need to keep that in mind. For me, it's setting up a schedule where I wake up at the same time. I get breakfast. I shower. I get dressed as I would going to work, so I am wearing a polo shirt versus something maybe a little more comfortable. That is completely up to you, but when I am wearing this kind of shirt, I know that I'm in work mode and not play mode. So for me, I like to read in the morning prior to working, and then I basically get up and go to my office. As you can see, this is my room that I have set up as my office. I realize that you guys all have different areas and spaces where you're working, but I would say that set aside a certain area to be working, because you know that when I'm in this office that I'm working, again, not playing. So. But I get set up about 15 minutes before I need to get going. I take 5 minutes of peace and quiet. I call it shutting the five up. You guys have maybe heard me say that several times. I would encourage you guys to do that as well. And then, I take another 5 minutes to just plan out the day. Hey, what are the 4 or 5 things that, if nothing else, I want to get these accomplished? And, so I make sure that happens. So then I log in and prior to checking my email, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys more often and just, saying good morning, seeing how things are going. Then I get into my email. I would encourage you to find a routine as well where email is not controlling your day. So then I set a time, for you guys to be setting aside time for outbound calls and making that a priority. It's making a meeting with yourself. This is my power hour. This is the time of when I have devoted to making calls, and let's make sure that we get those done. There's lunch obviously at the correct time. You guys have done a great job in being about 10 or 15 minutes, from when your actual lunch time is. So kudos to you guys on that. After lunch, I check my email again, see if there's anything that I need to action or get on. For you guys, again, it's just hopping back on the phones, making outbound calls. I'm working on sales training and different meetings that we have in the afternoon. So that's kind of what I'm working on to make sure that I can encourage and motivate you guys. Then logging out at a scheduled time. We've all done pretty good at that as well. Where work ends in this room. When I leave, the door right here, it's time for me to be with my family. It's time for me to forget work and to go and do that, and that's important too. So I get dinner, and then I do some sort of activity with my wife, be it a game night or watching a movie or something like that, and then go to sleep at the same time. So I hope this helps, guys. I want you to know that it is important to schedule your day. Do things come up as the day goes on, 100%. But if we have a schedule and we have a plan, and we try to stick to it as best we can, then I think we're really going to continue to hit our numbers and do the things that we need to as a group. So I will talk to you tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Let's go get them, guys.